Dallas make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm in the house. I told you I was off all week. This is the last day. We'll go back to pretty much our regular scheduled programming after today and maybe tomorrow. But I'm here. Welcome this morning to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show. If you understand me, if you're not too scared from yesterday, you should know by now that my show, you're gonna get the truth. You know it. Excuse me. You know I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, at least according to my perspective, of course. But, you know, I'm here. And I know what a lot of y'all want to talk about. I'm going to talk about it, but we'll see what's going on. What's going on, everybody? Listen, as you come in, share if you don't mind. Hit that like button if you don't mind. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button. Facebook, hit the like button. If you're on TikTok, you hit that heart button as well. If you're on Instagram, I think I'm on Instagram. I think I am. Am I on Instagram? No, I'm not. I thought I was. It is what it is. TikTok, good morning to you. Let me see who on there. I'm going to speak to everybody real quickly. Pedro, how you doing, sir? Road Dog, what's up? What is going on? Keep your chats going over there, and then I promise you I'll try my best to get to you on there. TJ, what's up? Let's see here. Let's see who all on here with me as of right now on the chat line before we really get started. John, how you doing? Miss Michelle, how you doing? The Queen is in the house. My Queen, who just celebrated her birthday not too long ago. Queen, happy belated birthday again. The Queen is in the building. Wilmar, what's going on? Mr. Pinga, how you doing? I appreciate you, Miss Michelle. Glad to have you back. Let's go to work. I see you, Queen. I see you. Hello to all of you that are on Twitter as well. If you like it, hit the like button. Listen. If you want to contribute to the podcast, hey, it's not a requirement, but if you want to, if you're on Facebook, you hit the stars. If you're on YouTube, you can hit the Cash App. Excuse me, you can hit the Super Chat button. I'm sorry. Then, of course, everybody can hit the Cash App if that's what you want to do. $ the Big Time Show. It's real simple. $ the Big Time Show. You can do that. All right, let's get to it. This morning, yesterday, we had a lot of fun. At least I did, trying to calm y'all down, keep the blood pressures, together, because you guys were, everybody somewhat disappointed and all that type of stuff. And I tried to tell y'all what was going to happen. The problem was you. We're doing a quick recap. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but it's just the truth. The problem was you and your expectations. The Jones family did exactly what they always do. They've been doing the same thing for years. They just did it just a little bit earlier. Your problem was that when they freed up the money, you thought that they were getting ready to go spend some money on some big fish. But all they really did was do what they usually do. Just did it early. They didn't wait till the last minute. They went ahead and got their type of free agents. And there you go. That's all that happened. Now, as you wake up this morning, and I'm quite sure all of you have the notifications on your phone, see that it has continued. It has continued. You woke up today, if you didn't catch it last night, you saw that the Cowboys signed running back Miles Sanders. Everybody want to talk about a Pro Bowl running back, but here go the first version of the truth. Yes, he was a Pro Bowl running back in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2025. Please, let's just stop acting like Miles Sanders. I've seen some of y'all already. And we got to stop this. What it shows is it is a typical Dallas Cowboys signing. A guy that was cheap, a guy on a 1-year deal, a guy who we don't really know if he's going to play. This reminds me of just like last year when everybody got excited, myself included. I won't act like it wasn't me. Got excited about Dalvin Cook coming to the Cowboys. We all got excited. Dalvin Cook didn't even see the field. This is almost the same thing to me. As of right now, if we had to play football today, then of course Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, they would all play. But nothing to me. I'll let y'all get excited. If y'all want to get excited about it, so be it. You want to get hype about Miles Sanders, so be it. Good veteran, I'll give him that. Knows the game. He's obviously stays in. Let's see right there. There come the hope. Leave it up to my brother Shane. Here we go. He's a big time. You also have to look at the team Sanders played for, which was the Carolina Panthers. Let's look at that real quick, Shane. Since you said that. Well, Miles Sanders is good as a lot of people think he is. He wasn't even the third. He was the third string running back on the Carolina Panthers team behind Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks, and then it was Sanders. So that is the case. That ain't telling me too much about Miles Sanders. I'm just going by what you said. He was third string even in Carolina. So why should I get excited? Why should I get excited? You want to get excited about Miles Sanders and others, so be it. I will not. I don't even know if the brother gonna make the team. I thought we were gonna do something with Dalvin Cook last year, and Dalvin was in street clothes, practice squads, and all that type of stuff. You know, that's what I have to say about that. So, you got that part. The next thing that we heard coming out and verified by Adam Schefter, saying that all of a sudden now the Cowboys are in play for Cooper Kupp. I believe that is the case, but what have I always told you guys about the free agency playbook by players is that they use the Dallas Cowboys as a way in the brand of the Cowboys to drive prices up. Whenever a free agent is free, one of the first names you always gonna hear is the Dallas Cowboys. You're gonna have some players that are gonna say the Dallas Cowboys. They really have no intent on really coming to the Cowboys. What they do is they know they use that brand and marketing. If you say the Cowboys, ESPN is gonna call your name the very next morning. You really have no. You really have no. You really have no intent on signing with the Cowboys. How many players that we had over the years? You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe that that's the case. And sure enough, guess what? When Cooper Kupp called the name out, guess what? When they said the Cowboys, Schefter put it out there, guess what happened? Leads off on get up this morning. Leads off on all that type of stuff. Okay, fine and dandy. You know what I see it as? I just can't, I don't even want to hear it. Man, this ain't nothing but a bidding war. That's all it is between Seattle and Dallas. Dallas, if they really are interested, are going to have a set amount that is going to be there. They're not going to get into a bidding war about any player. They have the option on grabbing guys in the draft. They can find a number 2 wide receiver in the draft. Personally, that's what I would like, but at the same time, I have to admit that if we did some kind of way land Cooper Kupp, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be. Because I believe Kupp can still play. I know Kupp is a problem one-on-one for anybody as long as he is healthy. He would help CD out. Your offense would get better immediately because Kupp is better than Brandon Cook. Kupp is better than Jalen Tolbert. How much better? I'll let y'all determine that. But as of right now, if you put him in right now, you have a better wide receiver Kupp. I don't believe he don't even want it. I don't think he wants it. I'm with you, Gary. I believe they're just using the Cowboy name, and it worked. It's all over ESPN. Okay? I believe he's gonna go to Seattle, just like they're doing now. And I just think they just use the Cowboy name. You know that Steven is not gonna offer him no crazy amount of money. If it what Gary is saying there, $11 to $14 million a year, I can't see it. Not when you can go in and draft and get wide receiver number 2 on a rookie deal. Okay, I'm just saying. I don't see it. I mean, it don't make sense to me, unless of course the Cowboys do not have plans on looking for a number 2 wide receiver in the draft. You know, they're all about cheapness. I mean, but I personally don't think Kupp is coming. I wouldn't be mad if he came. I'll say that. But I personally think they ought to look in the draft to get that. That's just my thought. All right. So, as I told you guys on yesterday, the only thing that I will say about, this is just other proof that the Jones family does not value the running back position. Look who they got. The way I look at it is, guess what? It's just another committee. It might be a little better version of the committee because Ziggy Elliott couldn't play last year. I know that hurt some of y'all, but it's just the truth. Ziggy Elliott was not a Ziggy Elliott, so the committee was kind of raggedy. Last year it was Rico, Ziggy Elliott, Alvin Cook, who they didn't let play, Deuce Vaughn, Hunter Lempty. I mean, that's what they had. So far this year, we still got Deuce Vaughn, we got Lempty, we got Devontae Williams. Now we have Miles Sanders. That's where we are right now. Sound like a committee to me, though. There's no value for the running back position. The Cowboys have not changed. I told y'all. They showing you. And so my only question after I saw Miles get traded, the obvious question for me, because you got to ask the question, because with the Jones family, you never know. Last thing I'm going to try to do is predict Jerry and Steven, because they do the exact opposite of what we say or what we think is common sense. So it's obvious to me that the Cowboys will not be drafting a running back with number 12 in the first round. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. It's not going to happen. They set it up that way. So all your dreams of Genty, for those that wanted Genty, you just back and gone, let that go. I think that's official now. I don't care if Genty was sitting right there in their face. They would not pick Genty. I don't believe it. I just don't. What's up, CT? I'm just trying to tell you, it's not going to happen. So we need to start looking at another way. I agree, Queen. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if they're trading. I think they just might go a different direction than people thinking. Anywhere we pick, we need it. They may go linebacker. They may go O-line. They may go cornerback. You know what I'm saying? They may go wide receiver. I don't think they're going to trade it, but I think they just won't give. I just don't think they'll give anything, period. And wherever we draft, it may not be sexy, but it's needed. That's why Gary just said it right there. Possibly best player available. They've taken care of a lot of holes their way by all the signings they've done. So there's a lot of holes that have been filled, not permanently filled. I'm just saying as far as depth goes, because that's what all this free agency period really was about. At least our role that we've done is about free agency. As far as free agency goes, is about just doing depth, not impact. Depth. With the exception of maybe Osa and maybe, depending on how you feel about Cavante, Turpin. Other than that, it's just been, and let me take that back. Now we got some solid guys, as I said on yesterday. I like Murray. Sanborn is pretty good, pretty decent. Those are our guys probably going to, start. Definitely one of the two for sure. I don't have no problem with that. You ain't going to have all pros at every signing and all that type of stuff, but we got some solid guys there, and I'm cool with it. But as far as the draft goes, because of the way they have responded in free agency, then what Gary just said is what I'm leaning toward as well. And I think they could be positioning themselves to go best player available at the time. Yeah, I see you, Queen. I mean, I don't want to act like I'm excusing that option. I just think they're going to pick their 12. And I understand what you're saying. They still might pick high, but it might be just a little further down. All this on the table. I agree. Running back is not out of the draft, Kermit. It's just that we won't be drafting that in the first round. That's my thought. Based off what they've done, based off the 2 running backs that they just picked up in free agency. I don't think Gentry is not even a thought, to be honest with you. I mean, when we started out before free agency, the only 2 running backs we had on the roster was Deuce Vaughn and Hunter Limpy. I mean, they had to do, you weren't going to fill it all out just from the draft. See what I'm saying? So I'm not blaming the Cowboys at all for doing what they do. I just know that ain't going to be enough. To say, hey, let's go play football. We ain't ready to play with Cry yet. That we going to get a running back. It just ain't going to be in the first round. And but we're not ready to play football quite yet from the running back position. Not in my view. I believe we are gonna get a running back. Just won't be in the first round. It just won't be in the first round. Just this simple. Which is what a lot of people had said anyway. Everybody leaning that way, possibly second round. Now you starting to slightly hear even third round. Exactly. So it's the answer will be in the draft. As everybody knows, the running back class is loaded. There's a lot of guys there who I think we would be satisfied. I don't think Gentry is in play at all here. That's my opinion, I don't think so. I don't. Cowboys, we talking about Steven and Jerry too. As we done seen as far as the way they go, they really haven't changed. The Leopards don't change their spots too much. If that is the case, then we know about how Jerry and Steven feel about paying a running back in the first round. That can't be dismissed either. If that is the case. Now, if you talk about a change, that would be a change. If we did draft a running back in the first round, that would be a big change after what they did with Ezekiel Elliott. If they had to do it all over again, they wouldn't do it. I think they learned their lesson on that. I hear you, Gary. I hear you. I believe Schottenheimer would scream from the rooftops, take Gentry. But now you're dealing with the mindset of Jerry and Steven. And their hang up about a first round running back. Can't dismiss that. Can't dismiss it. So that's the only thing. Now, with your other people that I just see you there, if McMillan is there, I don't even think it's nothing to talk about. If McMillan is there, the wide receiver from Arizona, the card will be turned in record time. I mean, to me, that's me now. As soon as I saw the 49ers who pick above us, and once they pick their player and McMillan is right there at 12, I promise you the card will be sent in within 5 seconds. We don't have to wait the whole 2 minutes and all that type of stuff. I feel calls just to be feeling them. I'm quite sure Cowboys get some calls. I would turn the card in so fast and we don't even have to take a commercial break. It's really that simple. They say, talking about Mason. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the DT. Yeah, I would take him. Yeah, I had to have I mean, I think Golden is worth talking about, but at least I have to have a slight discussion. Not that he's not no good. I'm just saying McMillan is a no thought brainer type thing for me. Graham is another one. If he falls that far, then it ain't even no question. No. That's why I said they'll be a part of it. It's just there's gonna be obviously another committee, which is fine. That's what you need since we're gonna be supposedly heavy run orientated anyway. You know, if Williams is healthy, you know that we'll look back and say we glad we got him. Miles really hadn't played a lot, to be honest with you, and he's still young. He should have fresh legs, to be honest with you. Hayden. Okay. Hayden Gomez, I see what you said. Appreciate your view. But if you talking about the Steelers ain't done nothing either. Hello. No, Golden is the truth, Gary. Golden is the truth. It ain't even no secret. Golden is the truth. Golden is the truth. This just me. If I got McMillan there, I don't even care who the other options are. I'm not even having a discussion. I'm not even having. I don't care who's there. If McMillan's there, he's one of my automatics guys. Automatic. Golden is the truth, no doubt. Automatic upgrade. Plug in day one starter if Golden is there. No question. Done. Make your offense better automatically. Yes. A dog. I'll take him. I just said if Golden is there though, and I got Mason Graham there, I'm having a discussion. If McMillan is there and Mason Graham is there, it's not even a discussion. That's how I feel about, and I know Mason Graham is the truth. Oh, I know. He's a Michigan Wolverine. That's my favorite college team. So I know about Graham. I know he's nasty. I ain't one of those another Michigan player. I ain't nope. There's some guys that are just the truth. Mason Graham is one of those dudes. But McMillan, man, look, I know what that would do. Wow. I know what he can do. There's not even a question. That's what I'm just saying, just automatic. I'm saying he's automatic for me now. For me, he's automatic, just as automatic as Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter is. That automatic. Not even a thought. That's what I'm saying. All right. Let me get to what you guys want to talk about because I won't be here long today unless y'all make it long. Let's go ahead and talk about what everybody's talking about. And that is the latest edition of the Dallas Cowboys soap opera. The latest chapter. The latest episode of the Dallas Cowboys chapter. God. Folks like this. Y'all know that. I'm just saying, folks like this. Let's start from the top. Demarcus Lawrence, who's happy that he done robbed another franchise of big time money. Let's start right there. He's one of the only guys I know that gets paid a huge amount of money, but never is on the field. It's just because he was a Cowboy, and now that don't dismiss the truth about him. What is the truth about Demarcus Lawrence? He always hurt. Hello. Some of y'all don't like it. I love Demarcus Lawrence. I love what he meant for the organization. I hope that once he gets through with Seattle, I hope that he has a one-day contract and retire as a Dallas Cowboy. I hope he does that. He deserves to retire as a Cowboy. But make no mistake about it, he always was hurt. Y'all gonna say, well, when he played, he was a difference maker. That was, he was a great guy. Yeah, I agree. The beast against the run when he played. Yeah. But let's admit it, for the last 4 to 5 years at least, spent a lot of time on the sideline. Hello. It is what it is. Seattle overpaid for him. But hey, if you're at the tail end of your career and you ain't got a couple more bites at the apple, and there's an organization that's willing to pay you that type of money, you better get on down and go. It's kind of like Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis was not going to get a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Dallas Cowboys. He went and got paid. He never had a chance to get paid before. He went and got paid. I'm just saying. Jordan did right. Marcus Lawrence did right. I don't have no problem with him going to Seattle at all. He was not going to get that payday in Dallas. That's true. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing, when I first heard what he said, I didn't take it like everybody else took it. I thought he told the absolute truth. I thought he was just saying, this is my first initiation now. Initial thoughts. When he said about not being, they can't win in Dallas, I said, well, that's the truth. That's what he was saying to me. If you listen at it, if you take it from, because everybody can listen to one thing, have 50 different perspectives. And, because everybody interpret different. So I interpreted and said, when he said, one thing is for sure. He said, I'm not going to win the Super Bowl in Dallas. And then he laughed, and then he tried to correct himself. He said, I'm here in Seattle. So obviously, if he's playing in Seattle, he told the truth. He's not going to win the Super Bowl in Dallas because he's not playing in Dallas. That's the way I took it. Until he had that laugh, and then he started tweeting. Then I said, oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected in my thoughts, initial thoughts about what he was saying. It's just that case. Nah, I ain't doing no calls here. I'm gonna have to get off real quick. I first of all, let's stop it. The same thing that y'all are going off on D-Law for is the same thing that you loved him for. Yeah, I ain't forgot. D-Law always has talked trash. That ain't nothing new. That's part of his package. I mean, this been going on for years. D-Law always have talked. That ain't nothing new. And he just doing it from a different place now. On an organization that he know he ain't gonna win no Super Bowl in Seattle. He just had a little part and shot. If you listen to what he also said later on, there was a lot of people that was saying, where he said that when he had to make a move quick, he had some options on the table, and Dallas had not even made an option. They hadn't even There's no contract. Huh? They didn't. Dallas didn't even have nothing to offer him. That's what D-Law said. He got no reason to lie. He saw this gigantic contract opportunity with Seattle. At this particular time, he took it. That's just the bottom line. Now, did he have to divulge that information? Well, that's D-Law. He does that. So there's nothing new. Keeping it quiet would be kind of strange. No. So I don't. Were the Cowboys prepared to make a statement? I don't know. According to what D-Law said, he didn't have anything on the table. So, of course, a guy was a team overlooked, overvalued D-Law, if you want to say that, and they wanted to pay him. God bless him. I don't have no problem with it. He's at the tail end. Your job as an older player is to get as much money as you can. Why? So you don't have to work again, period. I ain't got no problem with it. Now, what he said, of course, took, a lot of our current players, in particular Micah Parsons, took tremendous offense to it. OC had to say something. If y'all saw all the text, Trayvon, Mr. Diggs had something to say. And everybody pointing the finger back at him. And hey, it is what it is. Michael Parsons, however, is the one that everybody is focusing on in his response. And of course, it gives all of the Cowboy hater analysts, other reasons to pose and prod and to laugh and giggle and go off on Micah. That's all that is. However, as a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, to me, because really we ain't talking about but he say stuff. It is what it is. Micah Parsons, as usual, will have something to say. That's what makes up him. Everybody talking about his podcast. Look, ain't no sense of talking about that. That's part of him. That's what makes him him. It ain't no sense of saying nothing. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to Micah Parsons about his money. Because Bleacher Report, I believe he's somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Micah Parsons has ownership stake in Bleacher Report. He has his own podcast there that is, I believe, is part of Volume, I believe, as well. And he's got sponsors and he's making money. That's his little side hustle. Ain't nobody gonna tell Micah Parsons, be quiet. Especially because you don't want to tick off your guy. So all of you guys that have a problem with his podcast and all that, you have a problem for a long period of time. Me, myself, I had a problem with him shaking hands with the enemy. I've said this many a time. I believe he hurt. You raise up a lot of questions when you say name your top 10 quarterbacks and your quarterback is not in the top 10. You open yourself up for a lot of drama. But that's Michael Parsons. It is what it is. There's some that say, hey, you don't need this guy, go ahead and trade him. Because I even heard say he's a problem in the locker room. Michael Parsons is. And I'm just sitting there saying, when? When is he winning? When has he ever been a problem in the locker room? He might be a problem for the fan base. But inside that building, no. Sometimes your talent overrides your ability. And make no mistake about it, his talent overrides a whole lot of stuff. So I really don't want to hear nothing. Now, if he was talking but not producing, Now we have a total different conversation. But we can't say that, can we? Can't say that. Because on Sundays, when he gets in the game, you can't question his effort and you can't question his production. You might say, oh, he's horrible against the run. Well, you would be too if you was only 250, 260, and you got a double team, 330 some odd pound left tackle or right tackle. Sometimes you're running into centers because he blitzed from the center position. I mean, and then sometimes you getting double and triple team, obviously, because nobody goes one-on-one with Micah Parsons. Hello. Now, if you want to talk about these, you can nitpick, and then, of course, if you want to say, just like Gary say, he disappears in the playoff, you can say that the numbers aren't there, but let's just be honest with you. Exactly. Terry just answered it. That's how you stop Micah Parsons. That's what's been in the playbook since day one. He's a smaller defensive end. You put two guys on him, you're going to take him out to play. It's just that simple. That's what I ain't argue with the stats. I ain't trying to argue with it. I'm just trying to say you can't say he's not been productive. Man has been an all-pro ever since he walked into the league. The only reason why he wasn't all-pro last year is because he missed games. And when he came back, even at a lesser rate, he still had, 14, 15 sacks? Come on now. He missed 5 games. Still had 14. The man, there's no sense of arguing with the production. The man's all-pro. Career all-pro. I ain't say Pro Bowl. Career all-pro. What he's done so far in the league is only about 2 or 3 names in the history of this league that has done what he's done. He is a bona fide football player. I'm not even arguing with y'all about that. Did he do more in the playoffs? Yeah. They got to figure out ways to get him around because as long as he's just standing on the edge, offensive coordinators know exactly what to do. They take him out of the game. He's small as a defensive end. If he ain't beating you with the speed, he's going to get swallowed up. They're going to put them hands on him, 330 some odd pound tackle. Going to put their hands on him. Then he's going to get chipped. He's going to get chipped by running back. He's going to get doubled by a tackle and a tight end. I mean, he's small. He's small. Everybody knows this. This ain't nothing new. But his numbers are still there. We ain't even talking about the actual sack. We ain't even talking about the pressures. Good Lord. He's an all-pro for a reason. They ain't just give it to him. Come on now, y'all. He's a dominant football player. And yes, he's going to be the highest paid wherever he go. He is going to be the highest paid defensive player in the history of the NFL. They just don't get that kind of money out there. It's a reason why he's even considered to even have that type of contract because he's a dominant football player. There's just no question about it, y'all. If he did all this talking and didn't produce, now we're talking about something totally different. Everybody knows teams will excuse your whatever as long as you produce on the field. The Dallas Cowboys organization, the history, especially since Jerry Jones has taken over, proves that it makes no difference what you do outside, as long as you produce on that field. And I'm talking about some of our legends, and y'all ain't got to go through all that. As long as you produce, we'll deal with all your drug usage. We'll deal with everything else. As long as you produce on the field. I just throw one name out there. Everybody knows about Micah Irvin. They knew he was on drugs. They didn't care. Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, Monday night, Thursday afternoon, whatever, Micah Irvin's effort and production could not be questioned. What he did after the game could be questioned. They just made sure they had plenty of police around him. If he got in trouble, they made sure that they had police. They had the police on payroll, and you never heard nothing about it. Michael Irvin snorted more cocaine than a person in Peru. Y'all know it's the truth. All them boys back then. Come on now. But they produced when it was time. That Jerry Jones have excused a lot of stuff. Shoot, he brought Greg Hardy here. Do y'all remember that? Why did he bring Greg Hardy? Because he thought Greg Hardy still could produce. We don't care nothing about no gun violence. We don't care nothing about your supposed, at the time, his supposed, his abuse to the young lady, which of course he did. But Jerry didn't care. Jerry didn't care. Exactly. Now, if you ain't producing, all of that comes into play. You want an example of that one? I'll give you a good name. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't leave. Because he was trash. It's just some of this out the field stuff affected the team. Jerry wanted everybody vaccinated. Amari Cooper said, I ain't taking no shot. I ain't doing nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be out here on camera. Right here, I ain't taking no shot. I ain't wearing no mask. And I'm gonna be right here in front of everybody just waving. Wherever Alabama played, that's what I'm gonna be at. That's what he did. Hurry up and got rid of it. And he stayed hurt. So that's why he said, look here. Why you think Demarcus Lawrence stayed here so long? All the years he was hurt. All the games he missed. It's because it was the hope that when he got on the field, you knew what he was gonna bring to the table. Long as you produce, you're gonna be a Dallas Cowboy. And Micah Parsons is a producer with a capital P. It's just that simple, man. So yeah, we can nitpick his game, and he ain't the perfect, 100% perfect guy, but for what he is, he's one of the best in the world. It ain't even no discussion about it. And no, I don't want him traded. And no, he ain't gonna give up his podcast. And there's gonna be plenty more to say. As soon as his episode come out, he gonna talk about D-Law again. It is what it is. He's already saying he got to be the leader. See, if it's one good thing that came out of yesterday, okay, this is what I liked. Now, y'all may look at it differently, but again, this is just me. This is me, okay? What I liked was that as soon as Micah put out what he put out, here come Diggs, here come OC, here come some other players standing behind Micah Parsons. It may not mean much to you, and it ain't translated. We got a long way to go before we play. But I like that the teammates started standing together, because it was more than Michael that was offended. You offended everybody else, and they didn't let you get away with it. They didn't let D-Law get away with it. I like that. Can you imagine the chat, the secret chat line between some of the players that didn't make the Twitter feed? Can you imagine the slight bonding that is going on already? Can you imagine that? Whether you know it or not, and you may not like the version of it, but guess what? That's just a small sample of culture coming together. Just a small version. Got a long way to go. We got a long way to go before we can get this thing really, crunk up and started. But I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. And I'm not blaming D-Law for what he said. I'm not. Because that's D-Law. That's just him. That's just how that's the D-Law that I know. I ain't worried about D-Law. He's a Seattle Seahawk. God bless him. Hey, hope he can stay healthy. I could care less about what D-Law is saying. Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, my initial thoughts was he didn't say nothing too bad until I saw him laugh, and then what he came back on Twitter with. I had to change the whole thing up. So I'm glad everybody trying to, the ESPN this morning trying to pinpoint Micah, and Micah, everybody saying he got a podcast, he got this, he got that. And he's talking about the main thing, D-Law lied, talking about if you wouldn't stop tweeting and get serious, I might have stayed. You a lie, D-Law. You went and followed the money. Stop it. You were gone. Please stop it. You a lie. You was gone. Okay? Let's be real. Everybody know you like your bag. Everybody knows that. And you went and followed the biggest bag, no matter what the team was. You ain't really worried about no Super Bowl. If that be the case, you would have took your tail to Kansas City, Baltimore, or the Eagles, or somewhere else, or somewhere where you got a good chance. I'm trying to sure Dan Quinn would have loved to have you. You didn't want that. You went and followed the bag. Stop it. The Seahawks just let go of DK Metcalf and Geno Smith. Stop it. You know y'all ain't gonna do nothing over there. So Super Bowl and talking about winning, that really ain't even the issue to you. Stop it. Because if that been the case, if winning was the issue, we would have read your name on the ticket saying you was somewhere else. Follow the bag. So we don't care nothing about. Yeah, nobody want to hear that. We was just talking about I would have stayed. Stop lying. You wouldn't have stayed. The only way you would have stayed is Dallas would have came up with a decent some type of contract, and it depends on what it was. You might have stayed. Exactly, too. That's probably the reason why when he said yesterday, I agree with you too. That's the reason why he said yesterday. If y'all looked at the other interview, D-Law said, I had contracts here, and he said that Dallas didn't even have a contract offer. Now, Dallas may be tied into again when you produce. But what happens when you have produced and the organization don't feel like you ain't got it anymore? You ain't getting no contract offer. That's what's gonna happen. They said right. They probably said this, Tootie. They probably said, "Good Lord, man, you coming off a foot injury. We don't know what your foot like. You didn't come back at all last year, man. We can't take no chance on you no more. We already know you ain't no more good for maybe about 6 games, 6 maybe 7 games, and then that's it. We can't give you no gigantic contract for that. You know what I'm saying? No." That's the part. I see what you're saying, but when D-Law is with you, he's with you. He ain't gonna say all that while he was on the team. But D-Law was a Cowboy through and through. I ain't gonna take away what he was. He was a defender of the star. He was. D-Law was. D-Law was one of those guys. D-Law was one of those frontline soldiers that always had something to say, defending the star. He did. It is what it is. What Garrett just said in the chat there is what I told you guys yesterday. The exact same thing. All you gotta look, let me highlight it for you. D-Law ain't done none in the last 3 years. If you look at it compared to what we were paying him, Tim. Whoever Gary was answering, what he just said there is what I said yesterday. It's called stacking the deck. It's called loading up the gun. Cowboys ain't never really done. And they were 12-5. All you need is just one more piece. Cowboys ain't never done that. Gary's absolutely right about it. And D-Law was right about that. That's the truth. We all said that. So just because D-Law left don't mean that what he's saying ain't true now. Let's get that right. It's just the timing of what he said is what everybody got a real problem with. What D-Law said is what we've been saying for at least 5-6 years. Just cause you don't like him no more don't mean that the truth ain't the truth, man. Let's be right. Yeah, Ryan, I see you. See you there. We'll see. I've already kind of talked about that. I think Kupp is just using the Cowboys name like many others have in years past, just to drive the price up. I believe he's gonna sign with Seattle, and he's just using the Cowboy name. Notice they said if you just notice, they said that the two teams are the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Nobody ain't saying nothing about the Seahawks, but because it's the Cowboys, ESPN talking about it. They've been talking about it all. See what I'm saying? It's because of the Cowboy brand. Players use the Cowboys brand to drive prices. We Cowboy fans have seen that for years. I think this is just another classic case. But Ryan, I will say this: you said another classic bad move by the boys. It won't be as bad as you think. It is. All right, what's up? What's up, Richard? I see you. D-Law ain't lying now. Some of y'all just don't like it because he flexed on everybody. But a lot of things D-Law said is what you said, what I've said. So I ain't gonna act like he ain't. He just 1,000% wrong. No, he got some validity to what he's saying. And he talking from the outside now, but that's why I ain't putting a whole lot of value on it. I'm just talking about the bright side of it. If you want to take a bright side, like I said, may not mean nothing new. I like the bonding. I was glad that Micah Parsons didn't step out there by himself. I was glad to see 2 or 3 other guys come out, say what they had to say after Micah Parsons. I love it. I wish I could have Micah Parsons' phone. I wish I could have his phone to see the text messages that we don't know nothing about. I wish I had Osa's phone. I wish I could see the secret text message between teammates. I wish I could see that. Seriously. I wish I could see that. I'd be happy. We just got the Twitter feed. I wish I could see what they really saying. And then, the bonding part. I would love to know, watch this. How about this one? You think y'all really believe that Coach Schottenheimer hadn't had anything to say about this? I doubt it. Considering that we've already heard he's been texting players and all that type of stuff already, right? Richard, I'm sorry, brother, and I appreciate you popping in, Richard, but I'm not a Philadelphia Eagle fan. I know you see all these stars in my background. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and my podcast is not a NFL podcast where I talk about everybody. I only talk about one team. And if I talk about another team, it's because we're playing them. You see all these stars back here. This is a Dallas Cowboy podcast. I appreciate you coming, but to be honest with you, Richard, I see you say LOL. I could care less about your defense. But since I don't know you, Richard, and I think this is your first time, and I appreciate you popping in. I will answer your question. My feelings regarding deflection from Philly defense. It's obvious then that your defense probably won't be as good as it was last year. You had the number one defense in the league. Defense was awesome. With that many deflections, plus a new defensive coordinator, I don't know if y'all going to be as good as y'all were last year defensively. That's my feelings towards y'all. So I will say that. I'm quite sure you being an Eagle fan, I'm quite sure you probably share my thoughts on that. That's what I think. Nah, he ain't lost. He fine. He fine. I've never met him before. And Richard, hey, I know you just popping in. Hey, if you like my style, because I'm the type of Cowboy fan to say if we look like trash, I would call us trash. And then if I said the Cowboys played great, I would say we played great. In other words, I like to try to tell the truth as best as I can according to my thoughts. And then I'm the type to always say, hey, since we're talking about Philadelphia, they got what we want. They're the world champions. They talk too bad about it. They're the best in the game. See there? Even though I hate the Eagles. Oh, okay, I got you, Richard Green. You know that. All right, I had a question here earlier. Terry said, as a Cowboys GM, how would you build this team? Defense first or trenches? Both sides are important. Then you got to say which one, and you got to make your decision where, see, if we're not going to be good, we need to be very, very good on one of those sides. Trenches, either defensive or offensive. So as we stand right now, which one is the weaker one? Y'all help me on this. Which one is the weaker one? Is the offensive line weaker than the defensive line? So that means you got to look at all the players, and then you appreciate you, Richard. That's the way I would build it. So my question to you guys is, which one is the strongest unit? The offensive line as of right now, or the defensive line? To me, I agree. Everybody, I already got a couple of y'all typing in. I need everybody to type it in real quick. Everybody hit that like button too, if you don't mind. I agree. D-line is weaker. Okay. Is it so much weaker? Let's play here. We all in the war room. Okay. We all in the war. We in the. Okay. The old line is stronger. So the deficiency, according to mostly everybody, is that if we were to get help first, okay, then let me change it up. Let me change it up. We all in the war room now. Let's play. Since Terry got me here. All right. Let's play. Let's say at 12 that McMillan is there. I'm just throwing him out. Okay? McMillan is there. Your offense becomes better immediately. The way I look at it is, even with the line that we have. If you give me McMillan and you give me CD, and even if you throw Jake Ferguson in, and you give me somewhat of a pretty decent running back, and you can, I know this is asking for too much, but if you can tell me that Dak Prescott is going to be healthy, this offense then will score almost 30 points a game. So your offense is going to be your best unit. Offense, defense, special teams. So do you make that unit stronger, or do you go ahead and address D-line? Now, I ain't talking about, because see, I believe the Cowboys, I ain't trying to say the Cowboys will score 30, and yet because they'll give up 31. I ain't saying that. I'm saying that with the defense that we have, I think that we will stop people. Maybe not top 5 in defense, but I'm saying I think we're gonna be okay. But do you make your O-line stronger? This is what far in the page of the old Romo era was. We gave everything to the offense, and Lord have mercy, we scored. We didn't stop nobody. Romo had everything. Romo had running backs. He had wide receivers. He had the all-world tight end. He had all pros on the line. Romo had. The offense scored. Offensive scoring wasn't no problem. But we couldn't stop nobody. See what I'm saying? So I'm saying, do we go back that route, or do you strengthen your strength? In other words, since the O-line is stronger than the D-line, do you go in the draft and strengthen your strength, or do you try to balance it out? Now, here's the thing: if you say D-line, then y'all ain't gonna want the 2 biggest names starting off as far as defensive tackle goes is Mason Graham and probably Nolan. And there's some other guys. There's some other guys, don't get me wrong. There's some other good defensive tackles in there. I'm just talking about the inside. You already got Olsen, you got Mozzie, that's pretty much it. Okay, you got Solomon Thomas. Okay, I got that. Do you if Graham is there at 12, that is a strength. If you want Nolan from Ole Miss, or you want other guys that are there, do you do that? All right, let's go edge. So you just lost D-Law. Nealon is there. Sam Williams is coming back. You lost Golston. You have Sam Williams. You have, I believe, I don't know why they won't re-sign Carl Lawson. I mean, that's just me. I thought he played well. I don't know why we ain't got him back yet. Maybe they'll get him back. I don't know. But you got Nealon, and then you got sometimes Micah Parsons down there as well. I'm just saying. So obviously we need more edge help. Offensive line help. Are you gonna trust Brock Hoffman at guard? Or for some want to say move BB to guard, even though I know that's not gonna happen. Are you secure enough to trust Brock Hoffman? If not, I know you just got Jones from Miami, who started, I think he started 14, 15 games with Miami last year. So obviously he's serviceable. He ain't no Pro Bowl guard, but obviously if he started every game, he's a starter in this league. He played guard. He might be your guard. Maybe that's the reason why they got him. I don't know. Or do you go draft guard? Now, there is a guy. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to hear me now. I'm trying to tell y'all, there is a guy who I feel is a can't miss at guard, and that's Booker. And his NFL comparison is Quentin Nelson. In case you don't know who Quentin Nelson is, he's the all-world guard, been all-pro every year since he walked in the door at Indianapolis. Been in the league only about 5 years, I think, 5, 6 years. Been all-pro every year. That's who they compare him to. They think he is that dominant. They think that if you plug him in right now, you talking at least Pro Bowl level, day one. Now you talking about solidifying your line, I feel like that is a super move if that's what you want to do. And we all know how the Cowboys love first round offensive line. Just telling y'all. You get him, yeah, he a rookie, and you got a bunch of second-year players, and Guyton and BB there, but the way you look at that is these guys gonna grow together for the next 10 years or so together. And if he's what everybody's saying he is, you very well may have found your next great guard in Cowboy history. That's what everybody is saying about this dude. He is special. That's how you can do it. So I'm just saying you got options. Just keep going, and if you just want to just sell it all, to me, the defensive line is the weak point compared to the offensive line as of right now. I'm just saying. So it really depends on how you want to build a team. It really is like that. See, and if I know Jerry and Steven, particularly Jerry, let's just be honest, y'all. I said this before. Jerry is paying Dak Prescott $60 million. Jerry is paying CeeDee Lamb $34 million, I believe. Jerry ain't gonna be too happy with Dak Prescott just handing the ball off in this quote-unquote proposed run-heavy offense. You crazy. It's the same Jerry Jones that took Rico out the game, out the lineup, just so he can try to please Zeke Elliott. I can see Jerry Jones messing this up by telling Coach Schottenheimer, I ain't paying this man $60 million just to hand off the football. I ain't paying CD this amount of money. Just all he can have is 3 to 4 catches. I can see Jerry say, I can care less about leading the league in rushing attempts, leading the league in rushing. I can care less. I got a quarterback making $60 million. He needs to throw the ball. I got to get my money worth out of him. I can see this. Just to show us my name is Doug Brooks, a.k.a. Big Time. I can see this. I really can. I can see this happening for real. You let Schottenheimer come up these first 2 or 3 games, and the Cowboys just knocking people over, running the ball. And Dak Prescott have a stat line of 15 for 22 and for 230 yards and 1 touchdown. Man, Jerry Jones gonna march his old J.R. Ewing looking tail down there and gonna sit right in front of Coach Schottenheimer, and he gonna pull these contracts out. And he say, this ain't what I know we want to run the ball, but we don't want to run it that much. No. You are going to have to get Dak Prescott the football. Line him up in that shotgun. I can see it. Huh? Darlene, what are you saying? Darlene says, I don't care how much you pay Cooper Kupp. Go and get them. He makes your team bar. So paying whatever he takes to get him sometimes. You have to overpay to make help your team win the Super Bowl. The Cowboys don't pay Dak Prescott $60 million. He can get it for $70,000 a year somewhere else. I'm just going to assume, Darlene, that you're all in favor of Cooper Kupp coming. I have no problem with Cooper Kupp coming. Me personally, he does make the team better immediately. I just think you can get it. I just think you can get it in the draft for cheaper and younger and dynamic talent. But I have no problem if they go with the Cooper Kupp route. I have no problem with it. That will help CD. I ain't got no problem with it, darling. But I can see Jared saying that, yeah. That's why I ain't just so convinced we just gonna be a running football team. I don't know about that. Your best player supposedly is your quarterback. If you ain't that, then definitely your best player on offense is CD Lamb. The only way he gets the ball lets the quarterback throw it to him. I don't know. Greg, I ain't got no problem with you disagreeing. I don't have no problem with it. I hope you're absolutely right. I ain't got no problem with it, Derek. I think McMillan is different, Derek. I think McMillan, he may not be as professionally crafty as Kupp is. And he definitely probably is not the route runner that Cooper Kupp is. And he most certainly will not have the experience that Kupp has. The only question about Kupp is, can he stay healthy? To me, I'm not denying that. I wouldn't mind having Kupp because he just gets open. Exactly, Gary. I understand. I can see Jared messing it up though. That's just my opinion. I saw him do it with Rico. Pittsburgh game when Rico announced himself to the world. He had that big game against Pittsburgh. And then the very next week, Ezekiel Elliott started crying. He started crying. And I'd be dang, the very next week, Rico Dowdle was in a jogging suit. And Ezekiel Elliott was the starter. Now, y'all remember that, right? And it was all because he fell victim to the man that started crying, trying to be loyal to Ezekiel Elliott. Mike McCarthy did not want it. And I can see Jared doing the same thing, getting in the way again. You know, Jared went down there and told Mike McCarthy, let's get Ezekiel some more touches. I'm trying to tell you. He'll say, let's get Dak some more throws. That's the truth. That's the pattern. I'm just going strictly off last year. I hope he stay out the way. I hope he let Schottenheimer do his thing. I hope he's learned. I hope. I believe it when I see it. But that's just speculation. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, and then I could be 1,000,000% right. I don't know. We'll know all that in the first couple weeks of the season. If they do what everybody thinking is going to happen is they're going to run the ball, try to run the ball down people's throat. If they do that, we will see how the team, how Jared responds to his quarterback not throwing it 35 times a game, which, of course, is what I've been saying all the time. I don't think Dak needs to do that. But we know how Jerry is about people who he pays. They need to touch the ball a lot. That's the truth. So, again, I believe that the trenches is the way to go. I guess you can just pick your choice which way you want to go with it. Just depends on your philosophy. You may have the philosophy of strengthening your strength, or you may have the philosophy of balancing things out. If you know you're pretty good on the offensive line, maybe you need to kind of concentrate on your defensive line where they're a little weaker. Or you might say, okay, we already got a real good thing. The way we're going to win is on offense, so we need to make this offense as potent as possible. And you may want to focus in on making your offensive line is the best that it could be. We'll see, Gary. I agree. That's what Coach Schottenheimer so far represents. We'll see. It's too early to tell. We'll see. That's the only thing I would say. We'll see. I know what it looks like now. It looks like everything fine. Okay. We let him hire all his guys. That's fine. We'll see. We'll see how they roll. We will see. That's the only thing I can say. Of course, I don't think nobody thinks that we're ready to play real football with the running backs we have. And they will pick up a running back at some point in the draft. We will see. We will see. We'll see which one it is. Here it says get Kupp and free agent or number 2 receiver, then go O-line in the draft. There really ain't that many left that's worth talking about that's really going to make an impact. See, I believe that Kupp will make an impact. I do. You may not think so, but I do. All right. The only other one that's out there, we still got a couple names. Diggs is out there still. Stephon Diggs. He's coming off ACL. Steve Connors. Great question. And I feel sorry for you. You see number letdowns. Well, you're very young, brother. The sad part for you is that people like me have seen it all. I was born in 1973, and I remember the Cowboys had already won one by the time I was 1 year old. But I remember, even at my age now, in 1977, I was sitting there watching the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos with my dad. I remember it. I remember it right now. I remember the Bush Johnson catch. It really wasn't a catch. But Bush Johnson, that dive, I remember that. So I've seen 77 World Championship. I've seen 1991, 92, and 95. Excuse me, 92, 93, and 95. So I've seen the World Championships. I got it when I was a kid. I got it when I was an adult. So I know one. I've seen the championship. But you ain't seen nothing. You seen some good teams. I don't know if you're a Jet fan. Sound like you're a Jet fan though. If you're a Jet fan, you ain't seen nothing but just like us. A couple of good teams. Cowboys had a lot of good teams. They just didn't win it. See what I'm saying? So I understand. If you've never seen your team raise the trophy up there, I understand your pain. Fortunately for me, I've seen 4 of them. I seen Staubach win. I seen Staubach lose against the Steelers twice. Well, I remember 79. I don't remember 75. 1975. I don't remember that. I was 3 years old. 2 years old. I'm sorry. Don't remember that. I've suffered because of the San Francisco 49ers. I remember 1981 catch. I was very old enough then to remember. I remember the losses Danny White had 3 straight years. Philadelphia in 80. Oh, excuse me, the Rams in 79. Philly in 80. 49ers 81. Strike year. Washington. It's really 4. You know, since I said that, Danny White got us to 4 NFC championship games. He don't get a lot of credit. Compared to what we got now in Tony Romo, Danny White ought to look like a god. Hello? I don't know what made me say that, but it's just the truth. Danny White just couldn't get us over the hump. See, I remember all that stuff. You weren't even thought of, Steve. See, I remember all this stuff. Okay. Got you. What Gary say here? Gary said, I don't understand why fans are mad about drafting guys injury in the second. I want to sign old dudes that haven't played full season in 3 years. Make no sense. Young people heal fast, have a better chance of coming back. It's a good older people heal slower and more than likely don't come back anywhere close to the same. I agree with Gary 1,000%. That's why I was saying if I had a choice between McMillan, if I knew that McMillan would be there at 12 and Cooper Kupp, it would be McMillan all day, not even a thought. And he ain't really the only one. There's some good receivers. I mean, the kid from Ohio State is good. I love, and let me tell you something. I love Burton, Luther Burton. I love those 3. I'm saying let's play football with either one of those. But I have to have a discussion with Burton and Ibuka, whatever his name is, from Ohio State. But let me tell you something. There's another guy that I told y'all yesterday that I just love to death. The more I look at him, I love him. And that's Savion Williams from TCU. And he ain't projected to go first round. That's a good shot. He might go second round. Let me tell y'all something. If you tell me that the Cowboys picked up Savion Williams to go with CD Lamb, you know what I'm going to tell y'all? Let's go play football. Those that have seen Savion Williams tape, y'all already understand what I'm saying. I love him. There's some guys that's even lower. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys that's even lower. Exactly, Gary. Now, nobody ain't counting that. He is worth. Let me tell you something. So, you know, everybody saying, mostly fan base now. And the fan base keeps saying, and everybody doing all these mock drafts, everybody saying, second round pick is going to be a running back. Mostly everybody is saying their second round running back is going to be Hampton from North Carolina. That's what everybody keeps, you know. I don't know. Look, Hampton might be gone. Somebody might skip ahead of us. And it might take him. If you didn't get wide receiver, let me tell you something. Exactly. Let me tell you something. If you go O-line in the first at pick 12, or if you try to strengthen the defense, if you go linebacker at 12, I ain't gonna have no problem you picking Savion Williams in the second round. I'm telling you that right now. Matter of fact, I will give a standing ovation. I'm just trying to tell y'all, I'm giving some of y'all some homework because all y'all keep talking about is Luther Burden. We keep talking about Ted McMillan. We keep talking about Ohio State wide receiver. Those are the three names that come up more than anybody. But I'm trying to tell y'all, you better ask somebody. I'm telling you. If you haven't done it, go look at Savion Williams from TCU. Gary, help me. I believe he's 6'3", 6'3 and a half, 6'4", over 200 pounds, can run like a deer. I'm just trying to tell you, and is a complete dog. Hands, physical, can run, can break tackles, run after kids. He almost kind of reminds you slightly of a faster version of Debo. And he's violent. I'm just, you don't believe me? Watch Gary. Gary, am I lying? I don't know if y'all know about him or not. Gary, am I lying? Y'all, matter of fact, let me just type this. See, some of y'all, if y'all look at him, some of y'all gonna say, give me him. Get McMillan. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Gary corrected me. There. Y'all see it? Y'all see that? This is Savion Williams, y'all. Y'all see that? Look at his measurements. Y'all see that? You gonna sit and tell me that won't help your offense? I ain't pleased. Go look at him, please. There it is. What's up, Freight Train? There's now. I left it up there. I typed it in for you. There it is. Savion Williams. Savion Williams. Please, if you have not looked at him, please go look at him. And then when y'all come back and holler at me tomorrow, because I'm going to come on tomorrow, I believe, at 3 o'clock. Okay, I got you. You can't read the caption because there are words on the screen on top of it. It's just my name. I know you can see the Savion Williams there. I don't want to take the chat off. Pat O.D. Savion Williams. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Now, let me tell you something. When you look at him, I'm just going to look. When you look at Savion, you're going to be saying this. Why in the world they got him projected to be in the second or third round? That's what you're going to be saying. You're going to say, this is a first round type dude. See right there, Terry. See Terry? Terry, I ain't going to even ruin it for you. I need you to go look at him. And you come back and tell me. That's all I'm going to tell you. William Kill. That's another one. The only question about him is because they run such a wide open offense, Heupel's offense at Tennessee. Some of that stuff can be kind of disguised, but he's a dog. But can't blame the kid for the offense that he was in. He produced. But there ain't no question about Savion. I would take him over Ohio State wide receiver. I'm just trying to tell you. And that's how much I think of him. Would I take him over Burden? We got to have a discussion. I'm just being honest with you. Now, I may be biased. Now, I wouldn't take him over Ted now. I mean, McMillan. I don't think I would do that. But everybody else, we got to have a serious talk, man. I'm serious. We have to have a serious talk. And I may, after we hammer it out, I may say, hey, give me Burden over Savion. But I don't know. I I've seen enough. Savion, the truth, man. Now, y'all don't believe me? Terry, you need to go watch him. When I come on tomorrow, you tell me, was I lying? All right? And he very well, since everybody's saying second round running back, okay, what if the guy's gone? What if Hampton is gone? What if Caleb Johnson is too high to take it 44? Okay? What if Dylan Sampson? What if Dylan Sampson is too high at 44? And you got Savion right there. Or at least as an option. I'm just these are the discussions that we really need to be having. I agree. If Hampton is there in the second round, obviously I would say, okay, yeah, I like it. But what if the Cowboys don't like Hampton? See, we like Hampton, fan base. What if the Cowboys like Caleb Johnson better than they like him? Because Caleb could be picked a little bit later on down the road. And there ain't too many Savion Williams there. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Trying to tell y'all. Okay. All right, I didn't yip too long. Man, listen, I appreciate everybody. Yeah, but William, I agree. But see, there's a such thing called movement. See, the Cowboys got too many. See, everybody done seen them now. You see how everybody's saying the same thing. See, there's a such thing that's called movement. Cowboys got, 3 picks in the 5th round? Got 2 picks in the 6th round. The Cowboys have the ability to move a little bit and can jump ahead of some teams that you're talking about, like the 49ers. Especially since they seem like they rebuilding. I'll give you one of my 5ths just to move ahead of you, just to make sure I get the guy that I want. I'm just trying to tell you. So let's just not think the Cowboys is going to sit still. They got too many picks as it is. They got 10 picks. All them guys ain't going to make the team. Let's just be honest about it. It's really out of these 10 picks we got, there may be how many of them really might have a shot making the team, and everybody else might be a practice squad guy. Somebody going to get cut. Some of these rookies that we pick going to get cut. And if they're not, they're going to be practice squad guys. So really, out of the 10 picks that we have, really, I believe maybe there may be 3 to maybe 4 that you know for sure that's going to make it. That's it. That's it. Everybody else going to get cut. You got to chop. Remember now, 90 players. 90. And you got to chop that down to a 45 man roster at the end. Everybody ain't gonna make the team who was drafted. Everybody not gonna make this team now. I don't care how good you are. All these, we got 3 picks in the 5th round. Okay. A lot of them may not make the team. You got cuts. You got guys. Look, we already know one spot that's got to get filled out. You know the Cowboys gonna sign somebody from the UFL. You know that. I mean, it wouldn't be the Dallas Cowboys if we didn't go get somebody from the UFL. So that spot is already reserved. Y'all know that. We love getting at least one player from the UFL. You know it's gonna happen. That's one spot. Anybody? I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying we got 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. One of those picks gonna get traded. Telling you now. I would be so happy. Let me tell you, y'all gonna make me go watch Savion again. And I already watched it. I don't even know why I need to watch it. I've watched him 3 times. I'm convinced. I'm convinced about McMillan, and I'm convinced about Savion Williams. I'm convinced about Burton, and I'm convinced about the kid from Ohio State. I am. I like them all. But if the kid from Ohio State is that much better than Savion, it's by a small gap. Trust me. Burton, I've already said, I'm just respecting where they got Burton picked at to go in the first round, and they got Savion second or third round. But if I had my choice, I think Savion is better than Burton. That's how much respect I got for him. Telling y'all. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all go watch it. Y'all make sure y'all come hang with me tomorrow. And I want everybody that's willing to come back tomorrow. I'll be back with you probably at 3 o'clock on Saturday. 3 o'clock. If you will, go watch Savion Williams tape. Come back and tell me that Gary and I ain't lying. You see what Gary just said? Y'all see, we gonna make y'all go watch them and see if y'all agree with us. Y'all see what Gary just said? I don't see no problem. Now, for those that don't know, your job is to go see why we saying this. You probably need to go look. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we talking about Savion. I'm gonna use my show to hype him up. I love him. Williams says the cornerback from Michigan. The only problem, and I'm a Michigan fan, the only problem with Will Johnson is that he's messing himself up by not running. I know he a dog. But you got Cowboy fans who are hung up just about Michigan. That's how you say Michigan. Will Johnson is a dog. Will Johnson is a we don't know what he's like in pros, but he was an excellent cornerback in college. There, I'm glad you're doing it. I guarantee you, if you're watching, you're going to say, uh-oh, Savion Williams from TCU. Watch him. And you will tell me tomorrow that this kid is special. Gary said, I take Barron over Johnson. Yeah. Talking about the tight end? From Penn State? No, you talking about the other. Oh, okay. Over Ted Johnson. Ooh-wee. You right, Gary. I would too. I ain't gonna even lie. I would. Will Johnson is a dog. His problem is that he's gonna mess and he might drop because nobody knows how fast he is. Ooh, freight train. Lord have mercy. Boy, the Cowboys did that. I'll be all in. Freight train. Boy, you just don't know how happy you just made me just with the thought of it. Freight train said trade back. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Heed Barry. Okay, I'm sorry. There you go. Everybody saying it. Man, freight train, if that happened. Oh my God. You get both of them? Ooh. If you was to trade back and get Hampton and Savion Williams, oh my God. I say, hey, we just progressed this progress rather quickly. Let's go play football. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You say you take Barron over Will Johnson, and a lot of teams may do that as well, just because I think Will is hurt. His tape is gonna say Will is ready. No, I think because of what they got Williams, I don't think Scatterboo is the answer now. You already got a Scatterboo with Javonte Williams. That's your Scatterboo. They I don't think they'll do that. You got to give me some electricity now. Sanders, I don't even know if he's gonna make the team, to be honest with you. But even if he does make the team, I still got to have some electricity from the running back position. I'm not saying Scatterboo is not electricity, but I'm saying you got to have a different variety that's going to play. See what I'm saying? That's going to play. I don't need 2 or 3 running backs of the same thing. I need some electricity. Hampton is electricity. Caleb Johnson is electricity. That kid from Rutgers is electricity. I even like, I don't know why Devin Neal is so low. The kid from Kansas State, Gibbons, is electricity. I like some of these guys. You gotta give me some. You gotta give me a threat, a real threat. Yeah, man. Look, I could talk about this all day. Cause see, Savion Williams done got me fired up. They don't say me lying. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Those of you that are on Twitter as well, those of you on TikTok, those of you that are on TikTok, please, y'all, because this is what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. Yeah, I like Samson. Exactly, Samson's good. NTN is a shifty type guy. You know, I like all of them. They're good. RJ Harvey's good. That kid from SMU is the truth too. Smith, he's the truth. I mean, there's options. There are options at the running back position. I ain't gonna say you can't go wrong, but I'm just saying. You wanna put some electricity in this offense real quick. We just gave y'all a whole bunch of names. McMillan, automatic electricity. Bird, electricity. Ohio State, that's electricity. Savion Williams, that's electricity. Hampton, electricity. All these running backs that you just see everybody name, all these guys, electricity. It's how you skip a few rungs on the ladder. I hope the Cowboys listen. Yeah, there you go. Yes, sir. That's the kid there from SMU. Smith. I told you. There's a lot of these names y'all not familiar with because y'all hung up on Jenkins and Omari and Hampton. After that, y'all ain't talking about Caleb Johnson. Y'all ain't talking about none of these guys we talking about. But these are the people, man, we done watched. And this is why they say the running back class is so rich. Because you got these guys that you said. This guy here that Garrett just put up, Mr. Smith. I'm trying to tell y'all. Dylan Sampson, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. RJ Harvey, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help y'all. But whatever y'all do today, please, y'all. Look, I'm gonna do this for me, y'all. And come back tomorrow. Please come back tomorrow. 3 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. That means 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Please come back. I need everybody to go watch Savion Williams, wide receiver from TCU. Savion Williams. Please go watch it and come back to me. And I need y'all to come back and tell me and Gary that we were 1,000,000% right. Please come back. If you don't watch nothing else, all these running backs, DJ Giddens, I already called his name out too. Love him. But please, y'all. Cause see, a lot of y'all ain't familiar with Savion. Well, a lot of us are. But please. See, after you, cause let me tell y'all something. I'm sorry, I'm just so stuck on Savion. See, some of y'all gonna watch Savion, and this what y'all gonna say. Cause I'm almost about to see it. Some of y'all gonna watch Savion win, and then y'all gonna say, man, forget McMillan and Burton and 12. We can go and get old line. We gonna get linebacker, and we can come back. Since they got him in the second or third round, we can come back and get this dude here. That's the wide receiver we need. That's what y'all gonna say. I'm telling you. Exactly, Gary. Some of y'all gonna say, ooh wee, man, that McMillan is right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I would take McMillan first. I would. But man, y'all, okay, y'all, I ain't gonna say no more. Y'all go watch it. Y'all come holler at me, okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the Big Time Show Facebook page, and I'm gonna put his game tape on my Facebook page. For those that are on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube and you got a Facebook account, come to the Big Time Show. I'm gonna put some of his tape as soon as I get off here. I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna put it on my page, and all y'all gotta do is just push the link. That's all y'all gotta do. And y'all, if you ain't coming with me tomorrow, tell me in the chat. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're not following me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. It's simple. Go find the Big Time Show. You'll see my face and all that type of stuff. You'll see the sign and all that stuff. Find that Big Time Show, and I'm going to put it on there for you. All right? Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know y'all my family. I have a whole lot of y'all that's on here, man. Y'all guys, a lot of you have followed me for these 3 years I've been doing this, and you know that I love y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all guys are the one that make up the show. As always, the only thing I didn't do, Gary, like he was saying, I didn't open up the phone lines. I should have. I thought I was going to be done earlier. And I should have been. But who knows? Tomorrow I might do that. What up, Sports Junkie? I'm about out. He said, what are we going to do for quarterback 2? Go sign a veteran. That's simple. I would have a discussion again with Cooper Rush. Let's see where his head is, because he's likely most best candidate. I mean, he knows Schottenheimer as well. Spent the time with him. He's the perfect backup for that, to be honest with you. He's already proven. Wouldn't be that much of a learning curve. I mean, I think he's the best candidate, but if Rush gets some action from somewhere else that's going to pay him, then you can't blame Rush for leaving. And then I would say go get a vet. I'm quite sure the Cowboys might even draft a quarterback later on in the draft. I mean, that's what they do. Just like you just said, yeah. I'm quite sure they will. Don't be surprised at all. But I got to get a veteran, regardless if you draft one. I got to have a vet. Got to. All right. Listen, tomorrow, come hang with me 3 o'clock. Terry, I already know. I already know. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put Terry. I'm gonna put it in my group. Listen, I'm just telling you. I have a group on Facebook, a messenger group. Those are the people that have patronized the show. Oh yeah, see, hey Gary, this is Terry. This is Terry. He just watching them for the first time. Look what he's saying. He already got plenty more to watch. Don't worry about it. Terry, we done converted one. He just not watching it. Watch it all, Terry. Watch it all before you give your final judgment. I might put it in the Patreon. Those people that have patronized the show financially, and so the least I could do is okay, Sports Junkie, you say you going live in about an hour. My brother, Sports Junkie and the Angry Cowboy fan, going on an hour for those that want to hang out a little bit more with content creators. Those my brothers there, they'll pop on there. If I tune in, somebody gonna say something. I might show up in there slightly. I doubt it though. I've been on here too long. Look at Terry. Gary, we got one. Terry. See, Gary lives in Texas. So he's a TCU guy. And so we know. He say Mr. Yak for sure. In other words, Terry, you don't know what yak means. It means yards after catch. Keep watching, Terry. All right, Savion Williams, y'all. Look at DP. He said, I like Xavier more than Ted. Just me. I'm more violent in how he plays. I told y'all, if you watch him, y'all gonna be crying. Look, y'all gonna be calling another name. Telling y'all. You ain't wrong, DP. And I would take Ted before I would take Ted. But it ain't that big of a gap. I would take Ted though. No. It's Savion. It's with an S. It's with an S, DP. Savion Williams. That's all. You ain't killing his name. Look, I know who you talking about. Look, Gary. Look at Terry. Terry. Gary, I told you. We got one. We done converted them. Terry, the next thing you gonna see, Terry gonna say, this the best receiver in the college football. And he ain't too far off, I'm telling y'all. Don't worry about it. As soon as y'all start watching the film, there's a lot of y'all gonna be saying the same thing. Yeah. All right. Go to the Big Time Show page. I'm finna go there now. I'm gonna find some tape, and I'm gonna put it there on the Big Time Show Facebook page. Click it, and then for my little group, I'm gonna put it in there as well for you guys, and we'll do it tomorrow. Look, y'all done produced the show. We talking about Savion Williams tomorrow. That's why I told her, if you know Debo Samuels, this is Savion Williams. I said the same thing, Freight Train. That's what he remind me of. And he's just faster. Can do it all. And y'all got to understand about Savion. I gotta keep talking about it. But everybody got to remember that Savion has a unique perspective because he was a quarterback. So not only is he physical, he's smart because he knows the holes of a defense. He knows, as a quarterback, he knows what he's looking for in a wide receiver, and he became that. Please don't forget about that. See, a lot of y'all didn't know that. Man, look, I'm trying to tell you. Whoever pick him up in the draft will pick up a steal. That's all I'm gonna tell you. He played for TCU, Gary. Look at Terry. Every time you say something, Gary, look at that. I'm trying to tell you. What's up, Justin? Appreciate all y'all that came in. I need everybody to hit that like button, okay? Everybody, if you're on Twitter, hit that like button for your boy. We're going to go ahead and get out of here for now. I've been on too long, but I couldn't help it. I'm having fun. The homework assignment is for everybody to go watch Savion Williams from TCU. And tomorrow, I need everybody to come tell me why he ain't the number one wide receiver. How about that? Okay. I'm just, and I like Ted. I got Ted number one from Arizona, but Ted McMillan, man, I got Savion number two. And it ain't that far off. I'm telling y'all. And the more I keep talking, I'm starting to lean and gonna put him above it. I'm trying to tell y'all now. Savion Williams is woo-wee. And then I need you to imagine, Terry, I know you're getting hyped, but imagine that kid with CeeDee Lamb. And you tell me what you think getting ready to happen. I mean, I can say the same thing about Ted McMillan. I ain't got no problem with it. But you put Savion Williams with CeeDee Lamb, and you tell me what you think what you think is gonna happen. Y'all ain't ready. All right, I'm out, man. I'm done. Appreciate y'all, man. Listen, got to get out of here, and we'll do it again tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Y'all come back and holler at me now. All right. This has been the one and the only, the one and only, the big time show.